Oh, oh, and he's lost it. He has spun on the first corner of the last lap. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for watching the video. This is a new series that has just started. It's GT3 Championship races. It's going to feature every month with the 2 races. Might add in qualifying later on. I'll see how the videos go. I'm racing in a Mclaren 650S GT3 and it's a circuit Zolder. So without any further ado, I shall start the race and we'll both watch it together. And welcome to the first race on the circuit Zolder, situated in Belgium. The rolling start, just waiting on that green light, and they're off. You can see the Lamborghini's already trying to create a gap for themselves. It's side by side as they go down the first bend. Some respect being shown to both drivers here, but Lantern seems to have come out on top in that battle. Can Dries come back to this? Audi R8 hanging on to the back of McLaren there. Look at the 3 Lamborghinis behind, all vying for 3rd place at the moment. Pack is so very tightly contested. Defensive move there from the Lamborghini. Coming up to the Villeneuve chicane. Nice and neatly through there for both the McLaren and Audi. You can already see there's a small gap between P1 and P2, 1.1 seconds, and then from the Audi to Lamborghini's 1.7 seconds. Hard on the brakes again for this S-bend to finish the first lap. No real change, everybody's almost in the same position they were previously. Hard on the brakes for this left-hand corner. Taking it quite shallow, he's not going over the curbs, he's not using all of the track. This race requires a mandatory pit stop from all cars. It's unlike Formula 1, it's one crew service all 4 tyres, so it's 30 seconds from the time they stop the car to it gets lifted into the jack and then back down again. But the track limit for the pits is 30 miles an hour, so it's it feels very slow, especially when you're racing at full speed. So the gap between Lantern and Dries is now 2.1 seconds and 2 seconds to the first Lamborghini. Obviously Lantern's strategy will be to make as much time and distance between him and Rantour as much as he can, especially for the crucial mandatory pit stop. Just finishing the S-bends to finish his 2nd lap. This circuit stretches for 2.4 miles, or for our European friends, just over 4 kilometres. There's a little bit of home advantage for Dries Vanthoor. He actually lives very close to this track. 3.8 seconds now between Lantern and Vantour. Down to Villeneuve. Chicane. And he's too fast, he's lost it. He's went through. Straight line the chicane there. He's now going to have dirt, he's going to have gravel in his tyres and his AirPods. And wide again. I wonder if his tyres are starting to lose any grip that they had left. He'll be hoping for the pit window to open soon. The gap's now decreased to 4.1 seconds from Vantour. Very, very fortunate there for Lantern. Just needs to compose himself, get his confidence back into the car. Again, that wasn't a confident conviction of that corner there. Can see as much as he can, he's avoiding the curbs. I don't know if there's been a pit message about the tyre degradation or not. But, the gap's staying about 4 seconds to Vantour. Successfully gets through the chicane. A little bit wide on the exit, so I think the grip is starting to fall. You see it in Formula 1 as well, where the tyres fall off a cliff almost. Hard on the brakes. Looks like he's adjusting his driving style just to the less grip that he has now. 5 seconds now separates first and second. Another lap on these tyres. Again, the Lamborghinis, there's not much separating them. They're all bunched together, vying for third place at the moment. We'll see what happens in the pit window. See if there's any undercuts. That McLaren just looks stuck to the road. It's a climb chicane. Hopefully I said it right this time. Left hand bend down to the Villeneuve, and look, McLaren again squirreling all over the place under braking. The back end went step out and he's went wide again. I think we definitely need a pit stop by the looks of it. McLaren is not happy on these tyres now. I'm sure the message is getting passed to Vantour just now. If he can push, put pressure on him. Will we see a pit at the end of this lap? And he comes into the pits. The interesting thing is, will Dries Vantour stay out, or is he coming in as well? I don't see him, so I'm assuming he's staying out. Yes, you can see him just passing there. He's now going to try and create as much gap as he can. A flying lap right about now will probably serve him really well. So again, 30 mile an hour speed limit. This just feels like an eternity as you're driving down here. It's for safety, obviously. Lantern's box right at the very end, right under our window. So again, this feels like an eternity, 30 seconds, which is still quick when you consider they're changing 4 wheels. What Lantern needs to watch out is those 3 Lamborghinis that were behind. They appear as if they've possibly stayed out as well. Lantern has now dropped to 9th. And he's off. Okay, let's see what he can do in these new set of tyres. Obviously they're going to take a little bit of time to get up to temperature, but Head's going to have to push to try and claw back some time. Already looks like he's pushing hard, so he's not giving these tyres too much time to bed in. Ahead of him is 2 Audis, both very close together. It's about half a second behind them at the moment. No issues with him this time. Nice and neat. Back end swinging slightly as he's gone out there. He's obviously using as much power and as much track as possible. Now he's hard on the brakes. The end of the lap for Lantern. Let's have a look and see, has everybody else pitted and where is everybody else going to come out. You can see in the pits on the right hand side there. So as he completes this we should see if there's anyone in front of him or if he has come out as P1. No, he hasn't. Vantour has done undercut on him. And now it looks like Lantern is second place with a Lamborghini hot on his tail. That Audi is definitely P1, so Vantour has had a better pit stop and looks like in a commanding position. 1.4 seconds ahead of Lantern at the moment. He's just going to try and keep that gap as much as he can. Of course Lantern's now in dirty air, he's going to have to try and find some clean air, stop his engine overheating and get some downforce as well. This has now made it a very interesting race. Back end again, just over those curbs, and he's going to have to watch that as his tyres start to degrade again. Down here, can he create any distance here? No, he's actually closed up. Lantern is now hot in his bumper. Coming up to this S-bend. Is Lantern going to have a look here, or is he going to hold the line at the moment? No lunges down the inside, so again a little bit of respect being shown by both drivers here. The gap is now 0.9 seconds. Lamborghini is still holding on, but he's now 2.9 seconds behind Lantern, so it's really a 2-car shootout here. Lantern taking a slight wider stance going round these corners. A little bit of grass. Now you look at him, he's going for this, but Dries pulls into the racing line, but it looks like Lantern's got the inside gap. He has. Vantour looks like he's trying to come back, but to no avail. He's tucked in behind the Mclaren. That was an out and out under brake overtake there. Keeping it shallow as he goes through here. He's trying to keep this tidy. He is tidy. 3 Lamborghinis are caught up with the leader in second place. Again, Lantern has already created 1.1 second of a gap. actually Will Stevens that's now the driver, as they've swapped over in the pits. Will is obviously the Brit on the grid. Is actually still the McLaren F1 test and development driver. So whether he'll be too upset seeing a McLaren ahead of him, he probably will. All racing drivers want to win. But now the gap is now almost 2 seconds between Stevens and Lantern. In the 2019-2020 season for the LMP2 class, Will took 4 podiums out of 5 races, an impressive racer. So let's not discount him from if he can put his pressure on Lantern here. 2.9 seconds, and now the gap between Stevens and Bortolotti, my Italian is terrible, is just 0.6 of a second. So now Stevens coming under pressure from the Lamborghini. You can see the Lamborghini moving about in Will's mirrors, trying either put him off or show his intention that he's not just going to sit back in 3rd place. The gap 3.5 seconds between Lantern and Stevens. And look at this Lamborghini. Oh, he looks like he's going for the overtake right on the climb chicane. I wonder if he has actually succeeded in passing. No, he hasn't. But that battle is absolutely raging at the moment. Lantern just trying to capitalise on the fact that Stevens is now competing with a Lamborghini rather than chasing him. Yeah, the gap is now 5.4 seconds. So Lantern completing his 9th lap. The gap is now 6.4 seconds with the Lamborghini only 0.3 tenths behind. Lantern on his penultimate lap. He just wants to keep this tidy. The gap now 7.1 seconds. It looks like Will is now deep into the battle with the Lamborghini, which is causing him to naturally slow towards Lantern. Of course, all these cars are restricted to the same output that the certainly the Audi with its V10 5.2 litre engine. Roughly about 552 brake horsepower. Again, look, there's no distance, no gap between 2nd and 3rd. While the gap's come down to Stevens, it's now only 0.2 of a second between them. So really Stevens in a battle to try and stay in 2nd position. Lantern going a little bit wide there. Be around about this time that his tyres may start losing grip again. No issues in the S-bend, and this is him coming up to complete onto his final lap now. The gap is now 8.9 seconds. Hard on the throttle down to this left hand corner. Oh, and he's lost it. He has spun on the first corner of the last lap. Is he now going to lose position here? Will Stevens can't be far behind. What a mistake to make. And look, yes, second and third are swarming all over the back wing of that McLaren. Lantern in real trouble now. He's got 4 cars baying for his blood. Whether that was a mistake or it was his tyres starting to lose grip on that first bend. It just had a very slow spin. Oh my goodness, this is now turned into the look, and the Lamborghini's going for the overtake on Will. Again, side by side, but Stevens is closing the door on him. Lantern now trying to eke out some time again, 1.2 seconds. And getting down to Villeneuve chicane. Look at the Lamborghini and Audi side by side going through that chicane, and side by side still. This can only be a benefit and a bonus to Lantern. And look, they're still fighting. Any one person makes a mistake there and there's another 3 cars to capitalise on it. And down to the last final corners for Lantern. He's made this a difficult race for himself. How much was tyre issues and how much was driver error we won't know. And there he was, over the finishing line. And so the finishing grid is Lantern first place, Will Stevens in second, and then the 3 Lamborghinis behind. It's been an outstanding race, and can't wait to watch the second race, which will follow next week. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the dislike button, leave a comment, feel free to subscribe, and thank you very much. Stay safe, bye bye.